Fantastical morning, students and staff of East Amwell School. We are your main pros for today, Chatty, Ice,
and Chris,
hosting EAtv on Monday, February 5th.
Today's top story is that today is the middle school starts its Spirit Week, and today is Frat versus Sorority Day.
The first fraternity was founded on December 5th of 1776. It was the Phi Beta Kappa at the College of William and Mary.
And the first sorority was founded in 1870, being the Kappa Alpha Theta House at DePaul University.
Wow, those are like really old.
The show, Scream Queens, also featured frats and sororities.
If you missed today, check the bulletin board outside Ms. BC's room for the rest of the themed days for this week.
Now please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please be seated.
Now for today's school announcements.
Today in the Crew Cafe, they'll be serving some chicken tenders and soft pretzel sticks,
along with a side of sweet potato fries.
Also, mentioned earlier, today starts the Spirit Week for the Valentine's Day dance on Friday the 9th.
Don't worry, if you missed dressing up as cool as some frats or sororities, maybe dress up tomorrow.
Tomorrow is Dress Like a Musician or Singer Day for Spirit Week.
Today is also the start of the fourth and final, is that right? Fourth and final week of East Amwell Super Bowl.
Yay. The scores as of last week will be announced tomorrow, along with the MVPs. Okay, Chatty Ice.
Don't forget that little tag to let our peer leaders know who brought in the donation. These hardworking students
and Mr. R
tally the cans every Friday to see how many cans will go to Fisherman's Mark Pantry in Lambertville.
Intramural volleyball for students in grades 6th, 7th, and 8th will be starting next week on Tuesday, February 6th, after school until 4:45. If you are interested in playing some fun and fast-paced volleyball, see Mr. Schuler for permission forms and a schedule.
Now let's head over to Overcast Olivia for some weather.
Thanks, Madison and Chris.
Chatty
Ice, thank you. Today's forecast is a high of 40 degrees and a low of 30 degrees, with the current temperature being 35 degrees. The clouds are going to be out almost all day with little sun. The wind speeds today will be between 3 to 10 miles per hour, just like last week. Hopefully, Punxsutawney Phil was right about having an early spring. I know I want some warmer weather. Lastly, my recommendation for the Super Bowl is this reduced sodium, hearty minestrone soup. That's it for weather. Now let's spring back over to the main desk.
Thanks, Olivia. Now let's squat jump over to Luca with sports.
Word, Chris. Last night in the NBA, the Nuggets won with a final score of 112 to 103. The Bucks lost with a final score of 108 to 123. I've never seen the Bucks fumble this hard. It's like when my team loses in gym. Now that's real pain. But at least the Celtics beat the Grizzlies with a score of 131 to 91. And you already know Tatum racked up on them points. My recommendation is this bustin' pasta that helps me get locked in before my tourney. My pregame pasta is what I like to call it. Now let's hand it on back to the main desk.
Thanks, Luca. Now let's turn it on over to Blogger Bree with Media Monday.
Chatty Ice, and welcome to Media Monday. For today's segment, I'll be catching you up in the latest media occurrences. To start off, let's talk about what happens at the Grammys, with Trevor Noah hosting, who is a comedian, writer, producer, political commentator, actor, and former television host. The outfits were on point as usual. One of the top stories is Taylor Swift announcing her brand new album that comes out April 19th and is called The Tortured Poets Department. She announced this right after she had won the award for Best Pop Vocal Album and Album of the Year for her album Midnights, which was her 13th Grammy. And for the record of the year, it went to Billie Eilish for What Was I Made For from the Barbie movie released later in 2023. Another big thing happening during this weekend is the Super Bowl. Going to the Super Bowl is the Kansas City Chiefs and the San Francisco 49ers. It will be an interesting and nail-biting game. And lastly, Tesla has just announced its recall for nearly 2.2 million cars, which is almost all of their vehicles in the U.S. This is because the font size is too small on its instrument panel for its brake, park, and anti-lock brake system warning lights. That makes the lights hard to read and increase the risk of crash. That's it for Media Monday. Now let's head it back to the main desk.
Thanks, Bree.
And thanks for behind the scenes production staff.
And on the Acast, remember to do your best and have a cougarific day.
Yeah!